What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you from the coop on this hump day. That's right. You knew it was coming. Today I'd like to talk about small batches, if you don't mind. First, I'll take care of housekeeping. I'm smoking my... Get my head out of there. My Alligator, my Savinelli Alligator. A beautiful brown stem too, man. You know how I like my browns. It's smooth, like alligator skin and rusticated in between. Now, when I bought this, I thought it said it was a paneled billiard. So when I pulled it out last night to get it prepared to smoke today, I noticed it said that it was shaped 513 KS. The KS on Savinelli pipes, the KS stands for king size. In case anybody was wondering and you didn't know and you thought it was some kind of code. Well, it is. King size. It's a brown alligator shaped 513. And when I looked it up last night, when I bought this, it was the only one they had. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I gotta have it. I like that shape. Now they have 2 or 3 this shape, brown alligator, and they call it a 4-square. Makes sense, because it is square, but it's octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octagon shape at the top, but it's rounded, so it's not really 4-square all the way around. I didn't see the bottom, is just more or less rounded, like, so it's 4-square. It's a paneled, you could call it a paneled billiard with a semi-type saddle stem. I guess you could call it a bent lavat. I don't know. They call it a 4-square nowadays. I thought it was a paneled billiard. Anyway. Doesn't matter. It's a good pipe. Good looking pipe. Great smoking pipe. Savinelli. I mean, what else can you say? Savinelli makes a good pipe. If not, I wouldn't own 6 or 8 or 10 or ever how many I have in there. I have quite a few Savinellis. So anyway, we're going to talk about small batch. And what made me want to talk about it is because there's a small batch that was just been released. Today there is a special limited edition, not considered a small batch, but it's not a regular production. It's being released today as well. Well, I wanted to smoke something different. So I chose some 8-state Burley. I had a 10 that was open, but I didn't realize that it was just that small of amount. So I had to pop open another 10. And luckily for me, I bought a half a dozen of these, I think, last year. These were released in... This is what I always thought was funny. The release date But a production date is 3 of 22. But they got it on the shelf 2 of 22. So they had it a month before it was produced. I'm just doing the math, man. I can add and subtract a little bit, and that shows me that it's a month before the release date. But anyway, this is a small batch. A small batch of 10,000. How many tins justify a small batch? This was released last year, small batch, and of course it was a midnight drop. Why they do that bull crap, I don't know, because for me nowadays, if it's there the next day and I'm interested in it, I'll purchase it. If not, I'll miss out. I'm not staying up till midnight to get something. Unless it's something that I really, really want and I already know that I really, really like it. Which it would have to be something like a Galwith blend. Sam Galwith or, GH. I'm not staying up for C&D. Unless it's something really special for me and I'm interested. Just because they're like, wow, small batch coming out tonight at midnight, don't be late. You know what happens? Their server can't handle, like Jack Nicholson said, you can't handle the truth. Their server can't handle the traffic, and they know that. They know that. They don't care. They want you fighting and cussing, trying to get that last baby doll on Black Friday, fighting with Karen. They want to see that. They want to hear your feedback of how their website crashed, because they know you're falling for it and you're buying every tin available. If they want to sell out, just put it on the market. If people are interested, they're going to buy it. But when they put small batch, limited edition, one of a kind, now I got all these newbies that, like, bam, gotta have it. So they're jumping on the bandwagon too. I've been there. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. If you want to do that, go for it, man. I don't. So I waited for this last release, the Sun Bear, small batch. And I'm going to compare small batches. Maybe as time goes on, small batches are actually bigger as a small batch. I bought this a day or two after the release date, and I do think this was a midnight drop also. Small batch, 10,000 tins. Small batch, 20,000 tins. $20,000 tins is not a small batch. Sale in the United States only. There's 20,000 tins for 50 states. And not all 50 states is going to get some of this tobacco. It's going to be limited to wherever the Smoking Pipes is going to let it go to, because it's made by C&D. C&D and Smoking Pipes, they're all the same company. I think I got a mosquito flying around here. So it brings me to another small batch. The one that has been released today. And it is made by Warp Cigar Company, Kyle Gellis, and Jeremy Reeves, the head blender of Cornell and Deal. Got together again and racked their brains and their know-how, and made another, not a regular production, but a special limited edition. Doesn't say how many tins they made of it. Now, this is where it sounds kind of suspect to old Uncle Willie. I brought it up the other day. So this morning I sat in there and compared the two. Sun Bear Tupelo, which by the way is a non-aromatic. It only has an aromatic smell because of the added flavoring, toppings, casings, whatever. It's not considered an aromatic. It's actually considered a Virginia. So the new warped line is called Midsummer. Sommar. It's Midsummer is celebrated in Sweden, and it's like the celebration of the middle of summer. And it's like their summer solstice. So that, I mean, it's over for that side of the country is what the Midsummer is. So it's a special, it's Smoking Pipes exclusive, which I don't know. I think all of Warped line is Smoking Pipes exclusive. I don't think you can buy the Warped cigar or pipe tobacco at other. You might be able to. I'm not. This is not a lesson that this is not something that I know for sure. So I'm just going out on a limb here because I know some Smoking Pipes owns a lot of stuff. So let's get to the Sun Bear first. This was the first release. It was released the other day. Somebody back there weed whacking, you'll probably hear it. Sun Bear is I think this is the third release of Sun Bear. One release was Black Locust. I think one was Wildflower, maybe. I don't have the first releases. And then this is the latest, Tupelo. And Tupelo, I read everything on that the other day. So we're just basically gonna go for the components on this. And it says 2019 Bright Virginia, sourced from Canada. Okay. Now the other is 18 and 19 Bosma and Izmir Orientals. Then it has the addition of the Tupelo and the white or the silver tequila. Some people think that it was a rum topping, but it's not. It's the white tequila is what they call out. So anyway, they just gave it a flavoring. And it's not considered aromatic according to the website. Because the website calls it out as Sun Bear. Components: Virginia Orientals. Family: Virginia. It's a non-Oriental or arrow. Cut, flake. And I can show you that, which I showed you the other day. But I can show you, it's typical C&D fashion, broken flake. And it smells awesome. I wished I might end up getting a tin of the Warped, just to have a complete set, because I have all the other lines, other tins of Warped that they've released so far. So the Warped Midsummer. Here's the kicker. The components are Virginia, Burley, Orientals. Family, Burley. Cut, the cake, So it's a crumble cake. I haven't seen it. I mean, this is what I saw on the website, and I wrote it down. So now, which came first? The chicken or the egg? Would this be the chicken or would this be the egg? And would the midsummer be the opposite? Because I'm going to tell you the way I think these were done. I think that Jeremy Reeves and Kyle Gallus got together and they wanted to produce another batch for the warped line. And Jeremy said, I got an idea. I'm making Sun Bear, and I've got a tractor trailer load of 2019 Virginias from Canada that I'm not going to be using them all because I'm making a batch of 20,000 tins, and what's left we can use it for your blend. And we got the Orientals from Izmir and Basma left over. So with your line in the Warp series, why don't we take that Virginia that's left over that I got from Canada, the two Orientals, and let's throw in some white Burley. And we'll leave out the tequila and leave out the Tupelo, and then we'll call it a Burley. We'll add some Burley in there. And to make it even more special, we'll press it into a cake. Ding, 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 ding. Kyle Geller says, yeah, man. Just my thoughts. I don't know how it came about. But when you look at the components, they both have 2019 Bright Virginias sourced from Canada. This has 2019 Basma. The Warp Midsummer has Basma. It doesn't say what year. It just says aged Orientals. This has 2018 Izmir. The Warp Midsummer has Izmir. It doesn't say what year. It just says aged Orientals. When it says it on there, it says aged Orientals. Oh, that's freaking rude. At least he's staying over there. He's not cutting our yard. But yeah, they got aged Orientals. And they're both aged Orientals. If they're a year old, they're aged. They've been aged a year. So there is my conspiracy theory coming to a head for the new release of the Cornell and Deal / Warped series Midsummer from 2023. And I don't know how many tins it's gonna be, but it just makes sense in my mind that that's the way all of this went together. So I think that the Sun Bear, they came up with that first, and what was left, Jeremy Reeves had to brainstorm to make up the Warp line for Kyle Gallus. Let me know what your thoughts are. Small batch, 8-state Burley. I hope they release some this year. I don't think I missed any that if they have. This is something I will try to get. I won't stay up till midnight, but if they release another blend of 8-state Burley this year, I will try to get some. Like I say, I won't stay up till midnight to get it, but So I appreciate it if you have stuck around this long to listen to my conspiracy theory. I'm gonna have a talk with that guy. Remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff 'em and puff 'em.